All right, and welcome back. We are doing this mirror today. I didn't have any video of the mirror, so I just used the photo, and I dragged it outside onto our driveway and sprayed it down with the viral hack of oven cleaner. I had some, I figured I might as well give it a try and see how it worked. It's a small piece, and so I figured I couldn't screw it up that much. This came off of a dresser that we redid, and I loved the detail of it, and I thought it'd be great in our house. And here it is with the spray all down. I sped up some of it for you, so you don't have to watch me walk around and spray it. And this part's messy. It took a little while, but not too long, probably about 30 minutes. I let it sit, and then I took some steel wool, as you can see me here, and I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. Okay, once I stopped scrubbing, I pulled out my trusty hose and just sprayed it down. I tried not to spray too hard of the water on it. I just kind of wanted to lift off what was there, and as you can see the water changing colors. It's picking up the varnish and probably whatever stain you used, and years of dirt and furniture polish grime built up on it. From what I know, I was told it sat in the basement for a little while, so the color of that makes sense. I honestly just scrubbed as much as I could off of it so that I didn't have to sand. I didn't want to sand, and so this was the best alternative. And as I set it here to dry, my husband and I kind of took a look at this, and we realized that detail is not wood. And so originally I had just wanted it to leave it bare wood and maybe do a little bit of a light driftwood stain, but because this is not wood, my plans changed, and I ended up having to do a whitewash / gray wash. I put whitewash when I see down, and I kind of went back after looking at it and added gray wash. And so here we are back in the garage after it's dried out, and I am just grabbing a rag and putting it into the mix of paint and water and just rubbing it on and rubbing it back. A lot of grooves and corners at the top to do, so I started up there and worked my way down. And as you can see, even though it's dried out and there's most of the varnish is off and the stain is off, there is still quite a bit of buildup along the edges, and so I just worked my way in sections. I kind of jump around a little bit here and there, so this was really fun and easy to do. It's a great piece for any new beginner that wants to get into redoing furniture pieces. I recommend go with a mirror first, simple, straight to the point, and not a lot of extra work involved. Here we are, just continuing away, getting into all those grooves as much as I can. I had to go back a few times in each section where some of the darker sections were. So I did do a full coat, but I did 3 coats, including the gray. But I did have to go back in smaller sections and constantly redo it. Okay, so here we are, the top part is done, and I am just going to work my way around all the little details and the edges. I had to go back a few times just because it was darker in the tighter little areas where it was really hard to get in and scrub out the stain or varnish that was on it previously. And I just kept it simple. I rubbed it on and wiped it down wherever it was too thick, and just kept doing that all over the piece, worked my way all the way down through. Okay, so you can see I've worked my way through the top part, and here comes the fun part, and I worked my way down and around the edges. This actually sped up much faster once I got to the edges. Less pieces to do, less tiny little areas and grooves and crannies to get into, so it was nice. And as you can see, I've gone back over a few times just to kind of lighten up the darker areas. Wiping down all that excess paint, smoothing it all out into the corners, trying to get as even a look as I can. This is after 2 coats, so just kind of went back, wiped it through. I did go back over it and do a gray coat just because I found I could still see a little bit of the yellowing of the wood. And I have a fun surprise for you. The final product, I flipped it. And here you go. Here's the final piece hanging in our brick wall. As you can tell, I flipped it upside down and it fit absolutely perfectly here, and it did a beautiful job of lightening the brick. And I hope you like this piece, and subscribe and follow along for more of our wonderful flips.